Mike secretly staged an accident and killed the family dog. He pretended to be heartbroken, but John grew suspicious and asked Mike what he had fed the dog. Mike, lying next to his grandmother, stayed silent. Helen, however, blamed John, saying, "It was just a dog. What's the big deal?" She reminded him there was also a baby in the house. John had no choice but to wrap the dog in a body bag and bury it. In the days that followed, Helen became increasingly paranoid, constantly feeling like something in the ceiling was trying to harm their daughter. John rushed home to comfort her. Right after Helen had just put the baby to sleep, Mike came to her and asked repeatedly if they still loved him. Of course, Helen said yes. Mike hugged her and asked if she would play hide and seek with him. Seeing how sincere he looked, Helen agreed, but she didn't realize it was a trap. As she hobbled around on her crutch looking for Mike, she suddenly noticed he was gone. Panicked, she rushed to the baby's room only to find her daughter missing too. Helen was overwhelmed with fear. She called John immediately, then began crawling up the stairs toward the sound of her daughter, struggling every step of the way. By the time John got home, Helen had already passed out, and he carried her back to the bedroom. But when Helen saw Mike sitting calmly in the baby's room, she completely broke down. She screamed at him hysterically, while Mike, unfazed, asked her, "How could you look at me like that?" John quickly pulled him away. The incident deeply traumatized Helen, and her mental state rapidly deteriorated. John had no choice but to admit her to a psychiatric hospital. To care for the family, he took unpaid leave from work. But when he returned home, the house was empty except for a note from Mike. It said he and Grandma had taken the baby to the museum. John put on the security tape and was horrified to see footage of their dead dog, then of Helen sleeping, then the baby waking up frightened, and finally, Mike himself staring into the camera. Realizing something was very wrong, John rushed to the museum where Grandma had just left to use the restroom, leaving Mike alone to watch over the baby.